If you want to know what I think is the most toxic trait in a business relationship, friendship, or romantic relationship, something I like to call list building. List building is this thing where in any relationship, you're going to have problems, okay? Whether it's with your buddies, people that you work with, or people you're romantically involved with, there's going to be problems. And so some people are able to accept this as like a fact of life, and other people use it to build a list of grievances that they will continually come back to on an ongoing basis, and they're never able to give you a clean slate. I remember once I had an ex-girlfriend who was amazing, by the way, and I remember the first argument that we had, and it was like months into the relationship. She's like, it used to be like this perfect piece of white paper, and now it has a fold in it. The fold is there forever. I'm like, baby, this is not going to end well if you think like that. But that's how she felt, and it was real to her, and she's still single now. So the skill that I use to try to avoid this is I'll put myself back in the headspace of when I first met the person and when their approval was not guaranteed. So, let's say it's somebody that you're dating, and you're, making an effort to get to know them, and, you send them a text and you're hoping that they're going to hit you back, or, you go out and you're hoping that it will go well. Why are you hoping for that? Because you have this idealization of them or vision of what life with them in your life could look like and what they could bring to the table. But it's not a guarantee, right? So what I do is and actually I'm going to go this way. I go into my brain and I remind myself of what that looked like. And then I also remind myself of how other people see them and what a big deal that is. Same thing with people that I work with. And same thing with friends that I have, is I remind myself of how other people would perceive them, and I try to see them at the maximum of their halo effect. So they say that familiarity breeds contempt, and what I think happens is that a lot of people are very validation driven, and once they get the validation of the person, they almost like cats chasing a laser pointer, kind of get bored. It's like, okay, I have the validation, who else can I get validation from? And that's a very, very bad way to live. And so if you find yourself doing that, you want to cut that off, because it's going to make it where you can't have long-term business relationships, long-term friendships, et cetera, right? So let me kind of show you the mentality of the problem here. So when you are in a friendship, business relationship, romantic relationship, give the person a clean slate. Don't hold the past against them. Be aware of things that they did or red flags, and, don't be a dummy about it or clueless, but don't build a list. And if you're going to have a list, fair enough, if you just want to be aware, you better be able to say all the good things they did. You better be able to describe their good qualities, why other people would be very excited to spend time with them, the good things they've done for you. Like, can you list as quickly as your grievances all the good things they've done, all their good character qualities, what they bring to the table, and what they're adding to your life? Can you spew that as quickly as your little list? If you can, and then maybe you have a list of things that frustrate you, fair enough. That's probably even healthy to just be aware, but focus on gratitude. Gratitude is a state of mind, and gratitude is basically the essence of heaven on earth. See you soon. So that's why it's important not to do that list building thing, because what it fundamentally is that you could be, in a friendship, this relationship, romantic relationship with somebody, and then what you're doing is that you're bringing your mind back over and over and over to the negative, because it's an addiction that's inside of you. And where this gets ridiculous is, like, you could work with or be friends with or be romantically involved with, like, the best person, but it's not going to matter, right? And if God were to come down and make an objective list, like, here's all the good things they did, and here's all the good qualities they have, and then here's the negative qualities and bad things they did, the list could be like 99 to 1. But the person just gets in that trance of low gratitude or of addiction to negativity because that's something that's in them, and then they walk away. So the point is that you don't want to be somebody who's stuck in that mode. List building is a symptom of that pathology. You want to be somebody who's high gratitude and somebody who is addicted to positivity, laughing, joy, life being awesome, okay? So when you do that, doesn't mean that you can't walk away from somebody if it's really toxic, but overall, you'll see the good in people and things will go a lot better. I'm just about to head out to the club, but by the way, I want to mention that I posted that story as a contrast to all these stories that you see on social media that's like, you got to know your worth. You got to draw a boundary. You've got to make the space for better people, which is basically like a massive cope. And you can see why people are just brainwashed out of their minds to keep just leapfrogging from situation to situation to situation, which provides for no continuity. Like if you think back to the San Antonio Spurs that won all those championships, or any dynasty, right? Like the Golden State Warriors that won all those championships. There's continuity there. So that doesn't mean to tolerate someone being a freaking psycho and just having low standards. But when most of social media is just hammering you how everybody sucks but you shouldn't self-reflect. You don't need to self-reflect. You're perfect. But you've got to know your worth and have boundaries to get better, people. You're just going to get brainwashed through it. By the way, social media also creates silos of information without counter information. So in the same way that people on the left wing of the political spectrum get brainwashed on that, because once you click a left wing political video, you get hammered with only that. Or if you click a right wing political video, you get hammered with only that. If you start clicking these victim videos, like I think I clicked one or two of them at one point, and my feed is just loaded with like, they didn't treat you right. You got to know your worth. You are the best, and you're perfect. You're perfect. It's like, where's the reflection on your own problems, your own toxicity? Like, I'm a 43-year-old man that's been in personal growth for 20 years, and anytime that there's some kind of a rupture in any personal relationship that I have, I will spend months reflecting on my role in that and what I would have done better. And meanwhile, people that have not even come close to that, all that they took from it is like, you got to know your worth. And it's like, yeah, know your worth, amazing, but reflect on the value of the people that you already have, or you're screwed.